Okay, name is Jean-Marie Steve Louise, that's the full name. Currently a finance broker. We deal with car leasing and direct purchases of cars. We're doing it for about 3.5, 4 years now. I'm a landlord of 2 properties, which you manage one of them. It's located just down the road in Hartford Road. It's a 3-bedroom flat, ex-council flat, and you've been looking after it for nearly 2 years now. It's coming up to its anniversary soon, isn't it? So everything's been going fine so far, thankfully. We're happy with the services you're providing to us. When you promoted your business through the BNI that we go to on a regular basis, I took note of that initially, and I thought, okay, I had 1 property then, and I was in the process of buying a second property, and I thought, let's discuss. We had a frank discussion about my expectations and your expectations. When we went to see the property together, you went through all the details of what you wanted out of the property and how you would rent out the property and how your business works. My concern, being a newish landlord, was the risk of not having guaranteed rent, not having the tenant paying on a regular basis. Because if they miss a payment by a month, or if they suddenly move out, or they miss a payment for a long period of time, financially that's going to have a massive impact on me. And so I was happy with the discussions that we had, and eventually agreed to take you on board, which so far, touch wood, has been fine. Good question. Price is important, and I made you fully aware of that when we first had our initial discussions. I would say it's just as important for me, but when we discussed your expectations and the amount that you were going to be able to deliver for me, and what I had in my mind, wasn't the same as if I went private rent, but then I had to look at the figures. If I lost 1 month, then it will be more or less the same. So yes, price is important, but the delivery of the service, the guaranteed, I don't even have to chase you for the money. Every month a letter comes through the post, and if I check my account, it's there on that date, not a day earlier, not a day later. So it's that peace of mind that's extremely important as well. Through using your service, well, in the past couple of years, as I said, it's coming up to its anniversary, I've visited the property twice through contact with the office, with your office. Very thorough. What time, what date, what are you looking to visit? And I was there. The tenants that were in there, I don't know who are in there right now because I haven't been for quite a while, but the tenants who were in there were expecting me. They were very accommodating. The property was in good condition. Looked clean. And so far we've had no issues with any, no, that's a lie, we did have one issue with a blocked drain, which was the remit of Enfield Council, Enfield Homes, and the lady in the office just resolved it within a few days, contacted Enfield Homes, got the drainage situation sorted, and without any stress at all, so I was happy with that. I get reminders with regards to any certificates, like the gas certificate issues come out recently, and I'm given the choice whether I use someone that you use or use my own. So overall, there's been no issues. Property you're filming me in right now, yes, was when we went abroad in 2007. We went abroad for 3 years. It was rented out to another company. I can't remember the name of the company now, but I was extremely disappointed, and I made you aware of that, because when I got the property back, the place was the right tip. There was marks on the walls, the carpets were well worn and very dirty. All the smoke alarms was just beeping, and no one had changed the battery throughout the period, which tells me that no one's actually visited that property to have a look or to manage it in any way. So that was one of my concerns when I came to you. But fortunately, that hasn't been the case with you guys. So peace of mind. Peace of mind that it is guaranteed. Private rent, yeah, it was come singing and dancing with, extra money or whatever it could be, maybe an extra £100 a month or an extra £50 a month. But if you equate that over a period of 1 year and you lose your tenant for or your tenant moves out, you've got to find another tenant. You're going to have a void period maybe for a period of time. If that's more than a month, or if that's a month, that's money lost. Whereas guaranteed rent is guaranteed, as it says in the tin. The level of service that you give, the communication that we get from the office, the fact that I can speak to you on the phone anytime, you know, sometimes you don't answer, but you do return my call. It's I guess you go the extra mile. Certainly in comparison to the company that I use for this property, you go a lot further than what they did. So does that make you unique from your competitors? I don't know, I haven't seen too many of your competitors, but for me it made a difference between the previous company that I used and yourselves. Thankfully not, no. So I wouldn't know. Well, personally I haven't, but I've heard stories about situations when it's been very difficult to evict tenants. And I know tenants' rights are pretty high in comparison to landlords' rights. But thankfully I haven't had to go through that myself. Just to repeat what I've just said earlier on, because you're honest, you're upfront, you give it to me as it is, coupled with the way that your office staff are pretty much on the ball all the time. They respond to any request that I have on a regular basis. The way that you manage the property, and just generally the overall service that's been provided over the past 2 years, I'll be happy to recommend you, and I do recommend you.